Welcome to Chennai Power BI webinar. This is 27th of July 2017 and also webinar on real-time analytics with Power BI. I'm trying to click the next button. It isn't moving. Okay, so it's a bit slow. As you know, CPB, the Chennai Power BI group, is part of Microsoft's Power BI user group, as well as Pars's Power BI local group. And combination of that, we have this CPB. So this is to cater and to have larger community or merge them into one single group just for the whole Power BI. And we all know Power BI is getting very much stronger. And this is the link for the Microsoft Power BI user group, which is pbiusergroup.com/Chennai. And you can visit and become a member. And if you do not know anyone in this relevant area, you can try and get more information from us. Plus, you can also ask any of your friends, relatives who are into the IT and they want to really be a part of the other webinars or any other local groups. Also, we also insist you do join to the Pars's Power BI local group. And that link is here, so which you can see from pars.org. And you have to choose the Pars region and then filter by the keyword Chennai, then you're going to find us and then you can join. The reason why you have to join in both the areas is like you get to have more information about what is really happening in regards to all the local group meetings and the user group meetings, plus any offers and discounts and events from all the entities basically. And from CityLeak, this is also this is our website where you can go and register, plus you can come and write forums, articles or anything, which is also an upcoming task that we have to enable that sort of quick information where we will be dropping as soon as possible. But in the meantime, this is also a common place for you to get more updates about both the Power BI group community. And this is just an overall view of what are the CPB groups that we have for our Chennai. So the upcoming events, so we have done our local meeting Q2. We have now recently announced for our Q3, which is going to happen on August 14, 2017 in the same place, Microsoft Chennai. And you can register by visiting this URL. And these slides will be available after this demo and you can go and register. And also you can see the announcement that has been made already in both Pars as well as in Microsoft Power BI user group. Opportunities, so like I promised in the first local meeting, we're not just trying to do from our CPB, we are also trying to give opportunities for external people or attendees also join us as a volunteer or a speaker or to recommend any sponsors. And you can also try and speak in our next local meeting. We still have the slides. We still have a slot open for a speaker to speak, and also we can try and accommodate if we can try and squeeze it up into multiple sessions rather than just two for the next local meeting. So you can try and submit your sessions by visiting this URL. If you have any issues or problems, you can try and contact us with to info@datejog.com. And the Pars discount code, unfortunately, this has been an issue recently where from July 23 onwards, the Pars price have been increased, but we still have the opportunity of getting some discount of about $150 by using this discount code. That's from the Pars itself. So as part of the community events, you can spread our word with CPB in social media, and these are our social media links that we have. And thanks for your time, and I pass over to Hariharan Rajendran, who's going to speak on real-time analytics with Power BI. Thank you, everyone.
Hello everyone. First of all, thank you for attending this webinar in your busy schedule. So this session is about real-time analytics with Power BI. About myself, I'm Hariharan Rajendran. I'm a lead consultant in Your Skillman India Private Limited. I'm providing solutions on both the Microsoft stack and the SAP BI stack. I'm also an active speaker in Digio Data and Chennai SQL Server user groups. So today's topic, I'll be talking about real-time analytics. Then we are going to talk about streaming dataset, so which is specific for handling the stream data. And we have different options that we can produce streaming data. So we can going to use all the options to produce the streaming data inside the Power BI. And I'm going to show all the demos. Overview. So first, before going to real-time data, real-time analytics, so first we need to understand what is static report. So basically, before 10-15 years, we had a reporting tool which we used to get the report from our data, so data warehouses. So basically, we'll be migrating the data from our relational databases, analytical relational databases to data warehouse through ETL tool. From that data warehouse, we'll be creating analytical reports. So if you take SSRS reports, so mostly we'll be creating a reports on top of data warehouse data sets. Alright, so we are the technology is evolving, so we are going into the big data set. So we got many data. So as we are entering into the digital environment, a digital world, so we are producing lots of data with our digital devices. So we have to see the real-time analytics as that is the one of the most wanted requirement from all the customers. So the organizations are started building IoT products, Internet of Things, and applications to handle these kind of data. So as these products are available, so we need to have a mandatory option to do the real-time monitoring. So this real-time monitoring is possible with multiple BI products. So one of the product is Power BI. So while we talking about real-time monitoring, we have to see what are the scenarios that we can use this real-time monitoring. So if you take in general, if you take a share market, there the data values are keep changing. So we need to monitor that very often, so that we can check the exact price of the stock value. So if that is the scenario for real-time monitoring. Apart from that, we have many scenarios like if you take a CRM sales, so we have to give a alert on real time. So whenever is there any sales transaction update, we need to provide instant alert to the customers. So like that, in a real time, we have many options or many scenarios to monitor the data. So we are going to use this Power BI to handle these scenarios. So when we talk about real-time data, real-time analytics, so we need to understand the concept called streaming dataset. So basically, if you want to build a report in any BI tool, we are going to create a data source, data sets. On top of data sets, we'll be creating a reports and dashboards. So like that, in streaming dataset, in a real-time data, we have to create a streaming dataset. So it is going to be one of the object in Power BI. So as you can see in the screenshot, we have a dashboard object, report, and dataset. On top of that, we have a streaming dataset. So as we are going to handle the stream data, we need a separate dataset. So we can't use our regular dataset to handle the streaming data. So we have a streaming dataset. So the difference between the streaming dataset and real-time dataset is streaming dataset is going to take the data in a real time and is going to project as a report or a dashboard. So you have two different options. You can store the data inside your Power BI, or you can directly show that as a different visualization. So next, so one of the option that we can generate real-time analytics is using stream analytics. So stream analytics is one of the service from Azure. So we can use this stream analytics to produce streaming data or real-time data. So it is going to help us to produce streaming data from IoT devices or IoT applications. So it also helps us to produce the real-time dashboards in our Power BI. So this streaming data it is going to coming from different applications that you can create from Java or .NET applications. So that streaming data will be consumed in event hubs. So event hub is one of the object in Azure, so we have to create a event hubs that is going to collect your streaming data. So from that hub we are going to create a job, so that job will produce the streaming data that will be handled inside the streaming job. So that job will consume all your data which your application is producing, and it is going to send that streaming data directly to the Power BI. So this is going to be the flow when you use stream analytics in Azure. So I'll show that demo on stream analytics. Alright, so we need to go to Azure portal. So as I said, we need to create a event hub first. So event hub is going to store our data from real-time application. So here I have a real-time application, sample application. So using that application I'm going to send all our real-time data to the hub first, then from hub it is going to send stream analytics jobs. So that job will be output the data as a streaming data to the Power BI. So first we need to go to Microsoft Azure. So you need to have a subscription before creating any services inside Microsoft Azure. So go to new option. Under new you can see an option called Internet of Things. So under Internet of Things you can see an option called Event Hubs. So we need to go to Event Hubs. So basically we are going to create a namespace for Event Hub. So we have to provide a unique name. So and we need to make sure that that name is unique. So once done, then we need to go with the standard pricing tier. Then resource group, you can create a new one. And you can start create. So once you have created this namespace, inside this namespace you need to create a events, so which I have done already. So it is going to take 2 to 3 minutes. So before that let me show the created one. So I have created a namespace called Hari-eh-ns-demo. So inside this namespace I have entities. So under entities, if I go to event hubs, so I have a new event hub created, so which is active now. So inside this event hub I'm going to create a shared access policies. So inside shared access policy I have to create a new shared access policy which is going to create a SAS token for your application. So because we need to integrate your application with these event hubs so that it is going to start consuming your data. So to integrate that, we need to create this SAS token using this shared access policy. So while creating that, it will generate these primary key, secondary key, and the connection string for both primary and secondary. So we need to copy either one of these primary key or secondary key of the connection string. So I just copy this. Just paste it in a notepad. So here if you see in this connection string we have two different options. One is endpoint and another one is entity path. So entity path is nothing but our event hub name. So we need to pass this information into our real-time application. So I have application called telco generator. So under this I have a config file, so which is going to have all these informations like a event hub name, and we need to pass the connection string information, so which we copied from our event hub shared access policy. So I just copied here event hub name and my endpoint, which is nothing but connection string. So once I modified these values, it is ready to generate a data. So it means the data will be captured inside our event hub. So the next step is we need to create a stream job. Right, so to create a new stream analytics jobs, click again new option, go to Internet of Things, and you can find stream analytics jobs. So here you need to pass the unique job name, and you need to choose the subscription and resource groups and the location, so which I have done already. I have created one stream analytics jobs. So inside these stream analytics jobs, we are going to create a input and output. So basically input is nothing but our event hub. So actually I have created one that input name is called call stream. So here I am just passing my event hub name and the namespace for the event hub. So once I passed this, so these stream analytics jobs and the event hub both are integrated. So whatever the data that the event hub is producing, that will be come to this stream analytics jobs as a input. So once we got an input, it is going to do the analytics and we are going to get output. So we need to create output. So go to output. I have created one called call stream hyphen Power BI. So here under stream analytics jobs we'll have a different option. So we'll have Azure Blob storage as output. So you can get the data directly from Event Hub and you can store it in your Azure Blob storage or SD Insight or Data Lake store. So there are different options available under output. So here, as we are going to use these stream analytics jobs as an input for our Power BI, so I have selected Power BI as an output. So I just configured my workspace and it is going to create a dataset called SA-dataset. And again the table name is called fraudulent calls. So these informations will be available. So once you created input output, you need to start this job. So I have started this job already. So in the meantime we need to go to this application and we need to produce some random data, so that it is going to send to the Event Hub from their stream analytics jobs. Then that will produce the output to the Power BI. So to generate output, I need to open command line. So I need to go into this particular directory. Okay, I need to use this telco datagen .exe. I need to pass the random data. So I'm just setting up as 1000 and I need to set the frequency, and that's it. So it is going to generate the data for next 2 minutes. So it is generating now. So we need to make sure that the data are coming. So to test that, we can directly go to Power BI. So I just enter into Power BI. So as I showed you, like we have option called streaming dataset. So since we are using stream analytics, we have created a dataset while configuring this stream analytics jobs itself. So we can search for a dataset. So you can go to dataset and you can search for a dataset called SA-dataset. So this is one we created in stream analytics jobs. So here you can see we have API access called hybrid. So it means it is going to store the data and it is going to show the streaming data as well. So both option available. So for other one you can see streaming. So it means it is not storing the data, it is directly showing that live output, live data. So it is not storing inside your Power BI. So hybrid in the sense it is storing as well as it is showing the real-time data. So now I'm going to create a new dashboard using this dataset. So I'll go to dashboard. I have a dashboard called CPBig demo. So here I have option called add tile. I can click add tile. So here we have real-time data. So custom streaming dataset. I can click this, click next. So here it is going to show all the streaming datasets. So these are the datasets are produced through stream analytics or different APIs. So I'm going to choose SA-dataset, which is coming from stream analytics. Click next. So here I need to choose the visualization type. So I'll choose chord one for first tile. I'll choose this value and click next. Let me say this is false. Okay, here you can see the data are coming. So as it is generating, so you are seeing the real-time data. Let me try to add another visual. Click add tile, again go to custom streaming data and choose the same data set. Click next, and this time I will choose line chart. I need to pass timestamp and value as number of calls, and line chart and click apply. So here as you can see, it is not producing any data, so because we need to change the option here. So it is showing last 1 minute, so I'll change to second and click apply, and let me refresh this. So it is going to show the real-time data, so which you can see here. So it is generating actually. So as I said, we have option to modify this last 5 seconds, so I'll change to 5 seconds, 10 seconds. So here you can see it is generating the data from our applications too. So it's a real-time data. So as I said, it is a hybrid mode, so we can directly go to data set again, and we can search for SA-dataset. Here you have option to create a report here. So otherwise you need to go to dashboard and you need to create a new tiles. Since we have a hybrid option, we can directly go to report option and we can build with all these visualizations. If you are going to dashboard, you'll be getting only card style or line chart or only column chart. So you will have a limited options. So here I'll try to show the same one. So as it is generating here, you can see that result. So you can use any visualization for these data sets. So this is about real-time analytics with stream analytics, one of the service from Azure. Let me go to the other one. Okay, next one is Power BI REST API. So since we are talking about real-time analytics, so it is going to get the data from real-time applications. So these applications can use these REST APIs, Power BI REST APIs. So using that REST APIs, the application developers can use and can create a data sets, tables, dashboards, even groups. So those applications will produce the data in a JSON format, and we can use that JSON format as a streaming data set for Power BI. So when we use this Power BI REST APIs, we have these kind of options, like we can list out the data sets, we can create a new data set, or we can post we can add a new row into the streaming data set. So all these options are possible when we integrate this REST APIs with your custom applications. So this is just a basic object model of Power BI REST API. So here I'm not going to show a new application based on this REST API, but we have another application which recently released by Microsoft, which is nothing but Microsoft Flow. So Microsoft Flow is a automation. It's a new application to automate the process. So it has a lot of connectors. So connectors in the sense like Twitter, SharePoint, Outlook. So we have lots of connectors. So we want to automate our day-to-day task, we can use Microsoft Flow. Again, it is a free service from Microsoft. Again, it is cloud-based one. So as we are using Power BI, the cloud-based reporting tool, so it is just like another tool, just integrated with Power BI. So Power BI, Microsoft Flow and Power Apps, all these components from Microsoft using a cloud-based one. So if you have a gateway, a data gateway which installed on your on-premises for Power BI, still you can use that data gateway to access your on-premises data source as a connector for Microsoft Flow and Power Apps. So basically it has two different options. One is trigger and action. So when we talk about automation, we need to trigger something, whether we need to trigger manually or triggering from any other actions, like receiving an email. So when we get a new email, trigger this action. So we can use different connectors. We can choose which trigger we want to use for that particular automation process. We can select that and we can choose what actions. So if you choose any connectors, it will be having a trigger and action. So using that, we can create our automation process for our day-to-day tasks. So we are going to use this Microsoft Flow, so which is going to automate that automate the process. So while automating, we are going to get the data and we are going to push that data into our Power BI streaming dataset. So since it is using Power BI REST API, so all the data we are going to get in a JSON format. That will be the format of the streaming dataset. I'll be showing the demo of Microsoft Flow. So I just enter into flow.microsoft.com. So it is a free service, so you can sign up and you can get into this flow.microsoft.com. So here I have different options like a flow, my flows, templates, and approvals, connectors. So if I go to template, so here it has a lot of templates are there. So since we are talking about Power BI, I'm going to search for Power BI related templates. So under Power BI we have this much templates are there. So we can use these ready-made templates for our automation process, or for a real-time analytics, or we can still create a new template or create a new blank flow with our Power BI. So this time I'm going to show a new Microsoft Flow with the Power BI. So I'll be as I said, we have two actions. One is trigger and another one is action. So we need to trigger this flow. So I'm going to manually trigger so that I can show the output. So here I'm just selecting manually trigger flow, and next step I'm going to add a weather option. So here we have a different connectors or APIs integrated with Microsoft Flow. So I'm just checking weather. So we have MSN weather connector. So I'm just selecting that other connector. So here under trigger we have two different options. Under actions we have three different options. So as I configured the trigger already, I'm going to choose any one of these actions. So let me choose get forecast for today. So before that, I just need to show we need to create a JSON format API. So I need to go to my workspace. So I need to create a new streaming dataset. So using this APIs, Power BI REST API, just click API, click next, and I need to provide a name, cppeak_flow. Here I need to set values. So values in the sense like what are the data that we are going to get it from our Microsoft Flow. So I need to get the data since we are using weather APIs. So I need to know the date, location, temperature, and the condition, weather condition, and I think that's sufficient. So date is going to be daytime dataset, data type, location text, temperature number, and condition text. So as I said, it is generating a JSON format dataset. So here we have option called historic data analysis. If I click on, it is going to store all the data, or it is, if I set off, then it is going to show only the real-time data. So we can't see the past event data. So I'm going to click create. So while clicking that option, it is going to create a push URL, API URL, and we have different options, raw or C URL and PowerShell. So if you are using any of these options, you can just make use of this generated script and you can pass it into your application. So that is going to directly get the data. So click done. Now I'm going to flow. So let me start from the beginning, create from blank. Let me choose the trigger first, and next step I'm just selecting MSN weather. Alright, here I'm going to get forecast for today. So here I need to say the location. Let me see Chennai, and I need to get units in metric to store that into number data type. Next step is we are going to add Power BI. So under Power BI you can see we have one trigger and one action. So if I go to trigger, when data driven alert is triggered, so we in Power BI we have an option to create an alert for our measured data. So whenever you are getting an alert, you can create a separate automation process using that particular trigger. You can send an email to anyone. So below this Power BI you can have another section, another step to add our Outlook email configuration. So whenever you are using this particular trigger, you'll be getting an email. So alright, so since we are going to real-time analytics, I'm going to choose actions. Under actions we have an option called add rows to dataset. So we created a streaming dataset, so we are going to pass or add a row into that streaming dataset. Click this option. So here it is going to show workspace, dataset and table. So just click this option. So sometimes you'll be getting this error because the connection used for this Microsoft Flow is different from the Power BI, the one I'm using. So I need to create a new connection to pointing to that Power BI. So I'm using Hurry at your SQL connection for Power BI. So here I need to choose my workspace. I can choose any one of the workspace where I created the dataset. So on the dataset I have a new dataset which I created now, cbb_flow. So it is a streaming dataset. Table name usually it will be like real-time data, and that's it. So here as we created a new values in our streaming dataset, we need to pass the value from our previous connector. Since we are using MSN weather, so we need to pass this information as an input for the dataset. So date, I can choose this date. Location, I have a location from MSN weather. Temperature, let me choose high temperature, and condition, air condition. So we have different options here. So based on these options you can create a dataset and you can consume these values from this any of the connector. Alright, so click create flow. So it is going to create a flow and click done. So since I configured this particular Microsoft Flow as manual trigger, I need to trigger it so that it is going to generate a new data inside this streaming dataset. Go to streaming dataset. Here the one we created, cbb_flow. If I go to this option create report, so I have these fields: condition, date, location and temperature. If I click temperature as one of the card, so actually we are not triggered that Microsoft Flow, so that's the reason there is no data inside this streaming dataset. So I need to trigger it out manually. Click more and click run now. Click run flow. So it has successfully started. So we can check the results here, see all. So succeeded. So we triggered one time, so it has generated the data from MSN weather connector. So here we can come and refresh. So here you can see we got the data from Microsoft Flow. So it has using Power BI REST API. So if you are triggering for the next time, again it is going to add a new data inside this streaming dataset. So like here we have different visualizations, so you can make use of these visualizations to create a good looking dashboard with these kind of real-time data. Okay, next option is so far we discussed producing the streaming data from streaming analytics from Azure and Microsoft Flow. So the next option which you can use in Power BI is PubNub. So again, it is a REST API based application. So PubNub is a portal where you can create real-time applications. So you can create a real-time application again using these APIs. So it is a powerful network where any developers can make use of this PubNub to create your own real-time applications based on JavaScript or .NET. Even you can create a mobile-based applications using Object-C or Java. So again, I'm going to show some easy examples using this PubNub application. So PubNub has released few sample applications. So those applications are going to create streaming data. So we are going to consume that data inside our Power BI. So I'm going to visit this URL. So here in this URL actually we have a sample streaming data, so streaming application. So we can make use of this any one of the application to generate a streaming data, and we can use that data for our real-time reporting in Power BI. So here let me take sensor network. So I just click this option. So while clicking this option, it is going to open this application and few information about the application. So it is going to generate the data like humidity, temperature, light level. So it is generating the data in a real time. So here, to make use of this PubNub inside our Power BI, we need to know the channel name and subscribe key. Go to Power BI and go to your workspace. I don't want to save this. Here again, go to this option create. So you go to streaming data. So this time we are going to use PubNub. So click that one, click next. Here we need to say our dataset name and the subscribe key and channel name. So these are the three mandatory fields that we need to fill it up. Dataset name, let me take cpb underscore PubNub, and the subscribe key which I need to copy from this sample application. So in case if you are creating your own real-time application inside PubNub, you will be logging into your portal. So whenever you create an application, it is going to create a new channel for you and subscribe key for your application. So just copy paste this channel name, subscribe key. Okay, so click next. So once I passed, it is just fetching all the fields, and as it is a API and again it is using JSON format, so it is automatically pick up all these options. Click create. So we just created a streaming dataset called that you can check it under datasets cpb underscore PubNub. Here you can see the API access called just streaming. So in previous two scenarios we had hybrid. So if it is a hybrid, as I said, you can create a report. So it is going to store the data inside your Power BI. Since it is a streaming, it is going to store it is not going to store the data inside your Power BI. We are going to just see the real-time data. So it is not going to store anywhere. So to build the report, we don't have option here, so we have to go to dashboard, and you can choose your dashboard. So let me minimize this. So I'm going to add a new tile. So I'm going to choose real-time data, custom streaming data. Click next. So this time I'm going to look for the new one, cpb underscore PubNub. Click next, and I'm going to say line chart, axis, timestamp. So these are the fields that that particular application has. So we can have all the values, temperature, radiational level. So all these are measures. So I can have a separate visualization for each measure, or I can have everything in a single line chart. So again, time window delay, that's fine. As you can see, it is keep generating. is sensor, right? So here you can see it is generating the data from that application. So here you can see real-time monitoring. So based on this, PubNub have created a data dashboard already. Real-time, test real-time. So all these values are again based on different application inside the PubNub. So here you can see all the values are keep changing as that particular application, real-time application, generating the random data. So this is how we can make use of this Power BI report to consume the real-time data, and you can do the analytics on top of the real-time data. I covered almost all the topics. Thank you.